Hello there. Today I would like to show you that contrary to our common belief, there are no mistakes, and this world is not wrong. The world does not need a savior, and there is nothing and no one that is in need to be changed. I am aware that this might be hard to hear, yet the world is in fact exactly 100% precisely as it is meant to be. The main reason is that the world is meant to be a place of duality and choice. It's not a paradise, and it was never meant to be that way. The role of this earth is to give us a vast array of choices constantly. You are invited to believe that this or that thing is important to you, that this cause is worth fighting for, that this thing will make you safe, that this person knows how to be successful, that this person is trustworthy, this news is the gospel truth, that one is fake news, my group is right and that group is the enemy, and so on and so forth. This world represents us with giving us, I would say, a non-stop selection of choices, and we can believe in whatever we want. And the instant you choose, the very second you take even one of the choices the world is presenting to you and believe in it as if it were true, you attach yourself to the matrix, to Maya. That is when we begin to give our energy to the world. We begin to do this job, vote for that political party, follow this sports team, associate with that group of people, fight for this cause, and invest our money in that scheme. There's nothing wrong with any of that. The problem appears when we identify with it, when we identify it as if it were our eternal essence. That is the world of illusion. This is how the whole process works. Nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. We just need to understand the underlying mechanism and why it leads to great suffering, because those beliefs and subsequent actions caused us to fight and struggle, which in turn causes us to attach even more. And so we spiral down deeper and deeper into the illusory world of separation. And spiraling dive into separation continues lifetime after lifetime, just as it is meant to be. This is the simulation or the video game here, the matrix, if you will. It is sticky and kind of dangerous, since it can't continue for an eternity if you let it, because every single choice that the world presents to you leads you to back down deeper into the illusion, if you wish so. So there's only one single choice that leads you out of the illusion, and that is to see things as they really are. Stop believing that all those external promises of fulfillment are going to satisfy you at all. When you are no longer attracted to and tempted by what the world has to offer, then you begin to move out into the higher levels of consciousness. But I'm not saying that the world is wrong. It serves its purpose in a perfect way. It is attractive. It's like an attractive, appealing show that lures us to experience the world of separation and duality. This is what we came for. We can find huge growth and evolution in incarnating on such a low vibrational planet. So it is not our place to change the world and try to stop it from being the perfect place for choice and development that it is. It is not ours to try to change others and to try to stop them from wanting to go very deep into the illusion of separation, confrontation, and lack. Each person is here to have the experiences they want to have. This is why we must let go of the desire to rescue or being rescued. Primarily because there is no such a thing as true rescue. It never actually happens. When it seems to happen, something goes wrong and it ends up causing far more suffering than it alleviates. I don't recommend it. As we saw in the last episode, a rescuer meets a victim and she sees someone who is broken. The victim feels he cannot help himself and begs, "Fix me." And then the rescuer says, "I will fix you." The rescuer then makes decisions about what she must do for the victim, while the victim is the passive recipient of her actions. Sometimes the rescuer tells the victim what to do, and he obediently complies. And since the victim dwells in a state of need and the rescuer needs that need, he wants to fulfill the need, a dependency grows between the two. What is not usually seen is that the rescuer is actually also feeding off the victim's need. At the end of the day, neither really wants the victim to heal because that will end the interaction and the relationship. As a result, the victim does not heal, but instead becomes even more powerless and even a greater victim. At some point, the rescuer begins to feel that the victim's need is too great for her to cope with. Especially because the work of constantly rescuing him becomes too costly for her. The rescuer ends up feeling victimized by the victim's need. And when this happens, the rescuer begins to withdraw her energy from the victim, resulting in the victim feeling victimized by the rescuer. Well, it all results in a big mess, with everyone sinking ever deeper into victimhood. So, in light of this, there's no point in helping others, some people ask. Of course we can, but it can only be done from a very different position. We begin with the acknowledgement that we are actually here to heal ourselves first and foremost. So, when we see another who is suffering, we know that we are seeing another self that is hurting. Then we can evaluate whether it's right for us to attempt to help this other self or not. One of the major criteria for me in that decision is whether the other self is at a place at which they are truly seeking healing, as opposed to being a victim looking for a rescuer. This is very important. And then all we can do is to show others how they can heal themselves. We can help them see that they are not a victim, but in fact the creator of their predicament and also the creator of their own healing. What we can offer is a sharing of information, wisdom, knowledge, or whatever else we can. True healing only occurs when the person is willing to take ownership of his distress or his disease and also his own healing. If we are in a therapeutic relationship and we are working with a client, when the healing finishes, the client has to be more empowered and is more likely to be able to enact his own healing in the future. The person is more independent and stronger in every way. And we, as healers, are also expanded and healed through the interaction. The interaction ends in growth and healing all around.